for sure. So I started my career as a developer right out of college. I went to University of South Florida, Tampa, and after that, I started as a developer in Verizon after my college, and that was my first job. Started learning about software development in my professional life cycle, and moved to LA after that. In LA, I did a bunch of startups. I worked in MySpace, InfoSpace, and then did work in a lot of Technicolor, which is the Hollywood-based industry. So I got the privilege of working in some pretty cool projects, including like Tangled, the movies like Tangled, Brave. I got to do H.264 encoding, and I think of my LA career as more like my defining moments of my entire like career, where I learned the trade with startups. You play multiple hats and you really learn different things. And I moved to Intuit 10 years ago. When I joined Intuit, I didn't know much about fintech. I had very little like information around what goes behind the scenes when you swipe a card, what does payment mean. And over the past 10 years, I have been fortunate to work in different parts of the fintech organizations. I've had the pleasure of launching 0 to 1 products, scaling 1 to 10, and transforming services from monolith to microservices. So it has been the industry has evolved quite a bit, right? Like the whole focus towards digitization, transformation into closed loop payments. AI has become a significant part of our lives, and even like when I started on the journey 10 years ago, there was a big shift into mobile, right? From desktop to mobile. There was a lot of focus, and now explosion of mobile is just table stakes. So the industry has evolved quite a bit. Sure. So there is Gen AI, I believe, will be the transformation that we've all seen in our career, like more than anything. And in Intuit, we talk a lot about how this is the next generation, similar to like electricity or internet, right? So how this can be deeply pervasive into day-to-day lives, and how this can fundamentally change software lifecycle. There are a few ways that we are approaching, primarily first to focus on how this can help improve customers. So the more like in Intuit, we have always been focusing on AI even before Gen AI was a word, right? So we've been focusing on AI expert platform as the main focus for us in building and serving our customers. So how we are using Gen AI is to help the customer do the job for them, and really thinking about how can I help get a better insight on cash flow, for example, for the customer, for a small business customer? Am I able to do taxes for them? So this can be more like a smart assistant that can be part of the customer journey and be personalized for them. That's how we are thinking about it. Yeah, see, in user experience, what I have learned is the first experience is never the final one. You have to learn to continue to iterate on it, and you have to stay closer to the customer. So in Intuit, we have a framework called the customer driven innovation, which is called as CDI, where we are very close to the customer. We get embedded into customers. We launch quick iterative cycles where we are able to get feedback on a consistent basis. And that has really helped us improve. And also, this is where technology is very important, and speed to market is such a critical aspect of it, because the more that you can get quickly into the hands of the customer, the more you are able to learn about it and learn what the customer really wants and iterate on it. And we tailor it, and I would say pick your platform in terms of where you want. Is it going to be mobile native? Is it going to be web? Pick the right technology where you can go and explore and get feedback fairly quickly. Instrumentation is also a critical aspect of it. So there are different tools you can use, but staying closer to, like, am I able to see page drop-offs? What did the customer do when they came here? Are they able to click this? And just learning more and more data-driven insights can really help you improve your product and really help you with your UI experiences. Continuous delivery has evolved a lot in the past few years. When I started, CI was more of a word when I started software life, my career. And now CD is table stakes for many companies. And a few things come to mind. When I started my journey here, CI CD was a distant path for us because primarily we were in a monolith based code base, and it was really hard to test. Higher the code base, the bigger the code base, harder it is to test. And the first journey was to break from monolith to microservices. And when we made the change, we had to focus on creating a strong, robust test framework that can help us improve our both unit test and functional testing pipeline. We had to invest in that, and we also had to build a modern SaaS pipeline. In Intuit, we had invested heavily in having our own tools for modern SaaS, and we even have Argo as an open source, which is a declarative continuous delivery engine with Kubernetes. This is used for deployments. These are able to be used to move code faster, self-serve for customers, for our internal developers, and being able to move faster. So even with all these changes, there has to be continuous focus on refactoring and improvement in test hygiene and keeping up the test hygiene. With that, continuous delivery becomes a part of your process. I would say conferences are always a great way to get to know people, get to know what's happening in the industry. What I really liked about this conference was it was very insightful, but it was also not too big. It was to a point where you can connect to people and you can really, like, connect and understand a little bit more on the technology. For me, the big insights were around the AI explosion. There was just a lot of real world examples, and not just the software development, like the other areas, like how can AI help in marketing? How can AI help in design or in product management? So there is just a lot of, like, insights that you get in your day to day, which you don't really, like, pay attention to when you are doing your own stuff. That was super interesting to me. Yeah, fintech. There is a lot of changes that are happening, right? Digitization is a big element of it, and I think COVID has, like, exasperated the digitization in market, and the size of digital wallets are growing significantly. Similarly, cryptocurrency is becoming a big deal. Like, you see that play time and again when you look at international markets and how this money moves. So to me, these two in combination with our Gen AI technologies can cause a real world explosion. And at the end of the day, um, it has to be meaningful for the customer. So what does that mean? Like speed of money movement, for example, or making sure that you don't care about all of this, like completely work is done for you. So like, uh, are these technologies able to help us in a way that you are like doing no work and you are able to get complete confidence? That's how I see it. And also the industry is moving towards low code, no code. So a lot of fintech experiences are becoming embedded fintech experiences, and am I able to serve particular audiences without significant amount of software development is a big element that is happening as well. I've been here 10 years, so obviously it's been a long time, and I've also had a privilege of launching several products here during my time. What I think about is I've had a blend of infrastructure, I've had a blend of product uh, launches and things like that. The most last few years I've been working on zero to one products like QuickBooks Money, QuickBooks Checking. Those were like products that we launched from zero to one. And my current portfolio includes QuickBooks Lending, which is the lending solutions for small business customer. And what I really like about all of this is we serve customers who are in need, and it is very closely tied to the mission of powering prosperity for small business owners. And it has been a privilege to lead a lot of these. I like hiking. I like to be outdoors when I'm not working, and I also love gardening. These are the two that keep me float. Absolutely. I mean, not just in this world. I think diversity is such an important element across the industry. The more diverse you're able to get your perspectives, you're able to open up different venues that you haven't thought about. I think they are absolutely important. For me, I am a woman in tech, and diversity is one of the key elements of like it's very important to me, and I also pay attention to how I can pay it forward, either to women within Intuit, outside Intuit, or making sure that I am tailoring to the diverse group of the population as well. So we have a pretty robust program here in Intuit where we are making sure that we are also able to help the people who are in need and have a strong, diverse pipeline, because it's less about getting the people, it's more about making sure you are willing to wait for the right people to come, and you're also able to have a strong pipeline. So we have a lot of different ways that we are making sure that we are tailoring to that different groups of people as well. And in my career, I have seen, personally, I have seen a big success in making sure that we have these diverse perspectives, because it's very easy to go just with what you think is right and then just come out at the other end and say, oh, I did it wrong. When you pool ideas, when you get different perspectives, it just makes you better as a team as well. I would say invest in your craft. More than anything, craft is what takes you places, especially in software. Just it moves so fast, you have to stay on top of it. So the more you can invest in your craft and excel in it, that takes you places. Don't be afraid to learn. That's what I would say, because you won't know all the answers, and that's okay. It's okay to fail and learn. Just be ready to continue to pick yourself up and learn, because it's very important that you're able to iterate. and fail fast. The more you can fail fast and you can learn from your mistakes, that'll be the best way to move forward.